The Toyota Glanza is probably the most popular product to come out of the Suzuki-Toyota partnership. It proved its mettle by selling more than 65,000 units since its launch in 2019. And now with the new Baleno being introduced, the Glanza too has undergone a change. We have the car with us today, but before we tell you what's new, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get notified for new automotive content.
Now we've had our issues with how the previous Glanza looked. It imitated a lot with the Baleno and it did not have its own unique character or even an appeal. But for 2022, we are happy that the Toyota designers have taken notice of this and tried to do something different, especially in the front. So now you get a different grille that is very typical to the Toyota heritage. We also get a redesigned bumper with these 4 carbon fiber inlays that gives it a very unique touch. Apart from this, you also get the new headlamps with an L-shaped DRL treatment that is also unique to the Glanza. But if you look at it, apart from this, there is nothing more new to say about how the Glanza looks. If you look at the rear and also at the profile, and that's where all the variations end, because in the profile and also at the rear, the Glanza is pretty much a Baleno. So you get these chrome element on the door handles and you also get these dual colored ORVMs. But apart from that, if you want to see if this is a Glanza, then you get the Toyota wheel caps on these 16-inch alloy wheels. At the rear, you get the Glanza badging, the Toyota badging and the trim, the V spec car that we have today, the badgings for these. And apart from this, everything else is pretty much the same as the Baleno. So you get the chrome element here, you get the C-shaped LED tail lamps and you get the rear bumpers, which is pretty much same as the Baleno. So overall, we think that the designers at Toyota have done a pretty decent job at giving the Glanza its own unique character, but we would have also liked if the rear and the profile also got their new and fresher elements to make the Glanza stand out when it goes out on the road.
A lot more has changed though. The weight has gone up significantly and is now almost 60 to 70 kilos heavier than the previous model, mainly because of the change in panels, a new suspension setup and newer brakes. Moving on to the inside, you will notice that the cabin is similar to the Baleno. But Toyota has made some alterations here as well. You get a black and beige treatment on the dashboard, door cards and seats, making it even more premium. Although the car misses out on soft touch materials, superior plastics make up for it. Aircon vents, leatherette wrapped steering wheel have an upmarket feel to it. The top spec Glanza V variant gets a 9-inch touchscreen infotainment system, while the G trim receives a smaller 7-inch touchscreen. The unit is quite responsive to touch and looks really pleasing. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay are limited to the top spec, while heads-up display is a new addition. The 360-degree camera gets 4 parking sensors. The seats offer great comfort and are sculpted to offer good under-thigh and back support. Rear seat continues to offer ample room for knee, but the headroom feels inadequate. You also get rear AC vents and 2 USB ports, a standard one and a Type-C. With the looks, Toyota has also upgraded the heart. The Glanza now gets a new 1.2-litre naturally aspirated K12N engine, but without the mild hybrid system, producing 88 brake horsepower and developing 113 Nm of peak torque. How does it drive then?
Now the engine is not as keen as the K12B engine that we've seen on the previous Maruti cars, which was something we were expecting from this newer and more advanced version of the petrol engine. However, off the mark, there is no reluctancy and the engine is quite peppy, but the run up to the 2000 RPM mark is a bit of a struggle. So once you reach that 4000 RPM mark, that's where you would want to stay if you want a higher output from this engine. For the city, a gentle tap to the throttle is enough and it will keep things moving.
The refinement level is pretty good and Toyota has done a respectable job on keeping the cabin noise to the minimum. although some noise does seep in, but that's not a deal breaker. What's important here is the new AMT unit, a first for Toyota.
Now the new automatic is an AMT unit, and it replaces the CVT that came with the Glanza before. Now compared to the other AMTs that you find in the segment, this one obviously is slightly more superior than the others, but it does lack that finesse that you got from the CVT box. Now on the move, even on the initial gears, till the time you reach the third gear, there is a bit of a lag, and it does take its own sweet time to shift. But if you want to negate that, then you could just put it in the manual mode and then use the manual gears to toggle between the gears, and then that is slightly better in performance, and it does get you moving as well.
The Glanza is tuned for delivering a high fuel efficiency, and the AMT does just that. So the claimed return of as high as 22.94 kmpl here is an improvement from the 19.56 kmpl offered from the previous CVT version. The strong mid-range on the Glanza is very evident, but it takes time to get used to the fact that the car is tuned for higher efficiency and a comfortable drive rather than a sporty and spirited one. The Glanza also receives a new suspension, which is tuned for a comfortable drive. Handling is also improved, and the increased suspension travel, new springs all around, and recalibrated damping for all the wheels makes the ride even more sophisticated. The Glanza is not yet tested by global NCAP, and neither is the Baleno, so we wait for those to happen, but Toyota has ensured safety features are part of the package. There are 6 airbags on the Glanza's G and V trims, while vehicle stability control and hill hold control comes with select variants. Then there's Toyota iConnect that offers more than 45 features. Price from 6,53,000 rupees to 9,91,000 rupees, split between 7 trims in both manual and automatic options, makes the Glanza a worthy purchase. But it is now almost 4,000 rupees more expensive than the Baleno at the base level and almost 20,000 rupees at the top. Compare it with the Hyundai i20 and the Tata Altroz, and the Glanza comes out affordable. But it should be noted that the i20 and the Altroz are the only ones to offer diesel versions.
Now the extra cash that you're spending on the Glanza is for the reliable after-sales service that you get from Toyota, the extra connectivity features, and the standard 3 years 1 lakh kilometer warranty. And that is what makes the Glanza one of the best options for any young buyer. Of course, you also get a manual version which is as good as the AMT. But if you're looking for something sporty that drives more excitingly, then you should look for other cars in the segment. But what do you guys think of the Glanza? Do tell us in the comment section below, and if you've enjoyed our review, then do hit the like and of course share this video as well.